plaintiff, Lachelle Hutchinson, says she dated the defendant's uncle for years, and she's known the defendant since she was a baby. Lachelle is suing because she claims the defendant took her car without permission and crashed it. Defendant Deshanae Kirksey claims Lachelle was married to her uncle for 30 years, and they were close until Lachelle started dating her new boyfriend, who's with Lachelle in court. Deshanae insists she had permission to use Lachelle's car, and she denies owing because Lachelle's boyfriend repaired the vehicle for free.
Start with you.
I've been knowing Deshanae since she was a baby. I've treated her like she was my own daughter. You know, me and my daughter would do things together. Deshanae was there with us. I was with her uncle and we broke up, and I ended up I moved out, basically, taking my car, my daughter, my 2 grandkids, staying with a friend. We stayed in a 12 by 12 room at his house. All I had was my car and my job. I met Mr. Robbins.
That's your witness there?
Yes, my witness. So basically, if it wasn't for him, I don't know where I would be right now. He'd been a big help to me.
What year did you all come together, you and Mr. Robbins?
Oh, last year.
How long are you going to stay with him?
How long am I going to stay with him? We're going to be together. I mean, we're together.
How long?
How long as God have us together, I'll say it like that. Long as we're.
Don't put it on God. How long you want to be together? How long you want to be together?
Forever. I'll say forever. We'll be together
Why
forever.
you hesitate? Why it took you so long?
No, 'cause I'm a little nervous.
Well, I guess y'all can talk about that. I don't have to y'all talk about why it took you so long when you get home.
Yes.
I ain't my business. I'm
Okay.
stay out of it. Go ahead.
So by me leaving, I left Deja's uncle and moved in, you know, in the room.
How
like
long
I
were you
said.
with him?
10 years.
10?
10.
So
Maybe
you
over,
got a good
little
9,
over
Robbins.
10
You got a
years.
good 9 left.
years.
Go ahead.
The morning in question of January the 3rd, I got a text from Deja stating that she was sorry, you know, that.
Before we
She was
get
gonna-
there, let me allow her to give some background. Young lady.
Hi, my name is Deshanae Kirksey, and I'm her niece. Well, was her niece-in-law because she was married to my uncle for 30 years plus, and we was all close and everything until she started dating him after her and my uncle broke up. And they was living. And after they broke up, they ended up moving in with me and my boyfriend.
Nope, you weren't staying there then, Deja. They were talking. They weren't even together.
I'm 8
then.
months.
When I moved
so
in.
therefore,
I
don't
know what she's
they
talking
moved in with me and my boyfriend, her daughter, and her 2 kids. I was watching her the grandkids while they was going to work,
Lying.
like that. And her car was the only transportation that we was using. So yes,
I
tell me
let
what
you
happened.
use my car?
yes, she let me.
Tell me what happened, man.
I'm her niece. Well, was her niece-in-law because she was married to my uncle for 30 years plus, and we was all close and everything until she started dating him after her and my uncle broke up.
Defendant Deshanae Kirksey says the plaintiff was married to her uncle, and they were close until the plaintiff started dating her new boyfriend, who's with her in court today.
Tell me what happened.
Oh, last year, the morning of January the 3rd, I was at Mr. Ray's Robbins' house. I got a text from Deja stating that, Auntie, I am so sorry. I took your car and I'm gonna, no, she never did say what she did. I'll take that back. She said, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna pay you back. Keisha knows nothing about this. Keisha's my daughter. I left my car with her that night. So I called Deja and I couldn't get through. She wouldn't answer because I'm wondering now, what is she talking about? So I called my daughter. She couldn't go out to check on my car because that's all I know I had was my car that she could have been talking about. So Mr. Robbins and I went to the house. As we're going up the alley, I see parts of car parts just scattered, like going up the alley. Pull up to my car, my front end is just damaged. I mean, just smashed up, you know. I goes upstairs, talk to my daughter. She knew nothing of it. I go to the police station. As soon as I arrived there, Deja's mom called my cell phone. I was talking with her on the phone. She begged me not to press charges, basically. She was gonna make Deja pay for the damages, you know, don't worry about it. After that, I heard nothing from no one, the mom or Deja. A couple of weeks later, Deja and my daughter, they were still talking and, you know, together. They ended up coming over to the house. Me and Deja, we sat down and we came to an agreement of $2,200 she was gonna pay me for my vehicle. And she was gonna start making payments of $200.
We never said
$200 as of last year, January, she was gonna start paying me.
Okay.
After that, I haven't seen or heard anything from Deja.
Okay, you tell me about the car. Young lady, tell me about the car.
Okay, so her car was the only transportation in the house. Let me remind you, they was living rent-free.
Whoa.
Did favors for me, I did favors for her. When I used her car, I went to the store and stuff like that, and as I was coming back, I ended up hitting a junk truck. And me and the man talked it out, and I was like, well, I gotta get this car back because it's smoking. So I parked it in the back.
She's lying.
I parked it in the back of the house, and I called my best friend to come get me because I was like, I need to go to the hospital. She was the first person I texted because it was her car. And while she was calling me, I was in the hospital. And that's when I called my mama too, and my mama, she called her. We never sat down and talked about $2,200. The day I went over her house, me and her daughter was supposed to be going out.
So you never agreed to pay $2,200?
We talked about it, but he said
So
he paid
you
for
never
it all.
agreed? Did you say, no, I'm not gonna do that?
We agreed. I agreed.
Oh, well, you did talk about it, and you agreed to it.
But it was
so what's
through
the
the phone.
defense
She's
now?
saying that we sat down and talked about it, and we didn't.
Whether you stood up or you levitated in the air, you agreed. So what's your defense now?
He said that he had paid for it all, so it was done with.
You may have, no, that doesn't mean it's done with. He paid for it, and now they're waiting on their money from you. He got wedding bills coming up.
Do he?
He said forever. Now, she said forever. Didn't you say forever?
Yes.
Forever means ring.
No problem.
All right, he said no
hurts.
problem. Your heart hurt.
Yes. I don't believe you're actually up here lying like this.
You're going to get your money, so your heart doesn't have to hurt anymore. We done moved on from that, and we're talking about a ring. Now, you want the ring, or you want your heart to hurt over this little money?
I'd rather have the ring.
Right.
There you go. Judgment for the plaintiff. You agreed to repay. You did the damage to her car. Now, just because he stepped in to help his future wife doesn't mean that you don't have to pay his future wife. She needs that money. He gonna spend his on a ring, and she gonna put her part toward the wedding. Have a good day.
I love you. I still love you, but I ain't gonna have nothing else to do with you after today. We're
That's
done.
fine.
That's showing me how much love you have for me.
But you didn't have no love for me, and then you...
You stole my vehicle, Deja. You stole my vehicle. You knew what I was in a 12 by 12 room.
But you know
me and the
I
kids.
can't pay it back.
You said you was
You
gonna pay
told
that.
me you was getting money. You said you was getting money. You was gonna pay me.
You wasn't pregnant.
And
You
you
weren't
didn't.
pregnant then.